Hello everybody, so here's a quick orchid unboxing for online haul ordering that I made, and yeah, let's just start with it. Ascocentrum garayi, garayi. It's a species. It's really a nice size actually. Well, it's still a seedling, but it's a good size because I would think this would be around, let's see, so across that would be about yeah, 4 inches. Not bad. It's a good size plant. Well, this is anyway a miniature. Here's a photograph of the Ascocentrum garayi, and definitely it could bloom at a very small size. This is just a couple of inches high and couple of inches across, similar to the size that I have. This is before it was labeled as Ascocentrum miniatum, but this was subspecies before, and now it's separated as a distinct Vanda species. Alright, so there you go. There's some spotting there, but that's normal. When it's exposed to, a lot of light, they tend to do that. Yep, looks good. Looks really nice. Alright, anyway, it's good. And then another Vandaceous orchid. Yeah, I like this one. This is a nice size. So this is Renanthera monachica. Alright, so this is a Vandaceous species from the Philippines. I think garayi is common in Thailand. This is found in Thailand. This one is from the Philippines, and this is the duplicate that I have. This is the smaller one. So, yep, 5 inches across, something like that. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I really like this one. I think the sphagnum is a bit too wet on my liking, but because Vandaceous orchids, I don't really pack them a lot with a lot of moss. I'll reduce the moss on this one. It's too much moss based on my taste. Anyway, so that's the second one, which is the duplicate. I have a new duplicate of this one. All right, and it's a bigger one. This is a larger plant. All right, yeah, so that's really nice. And see, as the seller told me, it already bloomed before. Alright, and here's the tag saying it's a monachica. So here is the plant when it's in bloom. That's how it looks like when it is small and it's blooming. It's one of those Renanthera. This is the Renanthera species that actually can bloom at a smaller size compared to its other cousins. And it's called monachica, as you could see, because in Spanish it means a pretty girl, and the common name of this plant is the Spanish dancing girl. So there you go. It was nicely packaged there, but so far this is a tall plant. I mean, my ruler is like this here. Yeah. It's a good size plant. Yeah, this is already mature since you've seen it already bloom before, and it's a summer bloomer, so hopefully I will be able to rebloom it, or perhaps before winter comes. They tend to do that. Well, Vandaceous orchids do. Alright, so this is nice. This is a catch-up haul video because it came later than the rest of the items. Oh well. Yeah, there you go. So that's the whole orchid. This is Psygmorchis pusilla. So here is the how the flower looks like, and it really does look like part of the oncidium family, and it can really be actually hybridized with tolumias and comesas. So that's part of the oncidium family. Those are the parts of the plant, the leaves, the bud, the flower, and it could really flower freely all year round. And as you could see, the flower is almost as big in height to the plant itself, the whole fan. And due to this, it requires a lot of energy for the plant to produce a flower. And in most cases, when they become mature, the flower, uh, they have some of them have 3 to 5 inflorescences on the same fan. And due to this nature of the plant, it tends to bloom itself out. And a lot of what people do is to conserve energy. Some of them actually cut off the flower spikes on this plant so it would live longer. Because if they tend to do this all the time, the whole fan actually dies out and then it's gone. So that's how they make it last longer, because a lot of people say that if you don't, it could be the lifespan could be less than 5 years. Typically, some people were able to grow this up to 10 years, but with proper pruning and making sure that there are new fans growing out. Um, uh, in exchange of flowers. So instead of flowers, make sure that you would have new roots and new fans instead of just keeping it blooming. But of course, I would understand if a lot of people that actually let the plant be in bloom all the time. And of course, just get a new one. And I heard that from seed, this actually can grow really fast up to a mature plant, or sometimes almost like just a year or so. So that's why maybe it's relatively cheaper compared to a lot of miniatures. So there you go. So I'm just gonna be growing this on this mount, maybe less moss, so uh, it would not rot from too much moisture on the fan itself, and then make sure that it would dry out really quickly after watering. There you go. So here, I already mounted and repotted the new orchids that I just showed you in my haul. This garayi, monachica, and the big monachica. Alright, remember my moniliforme? Right? It's growing new keikis. See? Very cute keiki. Very cute. And the funny thing about this one is that it already has roots, and the leaves, if you look at the leaves, it has a red streak on it. Yeah, that's why it's called Benikomachi, because of the red-haired girl. That's basically the literal meaning of the cultivar. Red-haired girl, Benikomachi. That's Dendrobium moniliforme, variety Benikomachi. And this is also keiki. This is an epidendrum that friend gave me, and she told me that to put it on like bark and moss, and yeah, there you go. It's growing roots, and it's growing a new growth there. Anyway, so that's the small pots. This is the small plastic pot that I usually use for the orchids. They don't have holes. I just basically add like distilled water at the bottom, and then it's all good. And then I mounted this one, the big one, and then basically what I do with this one is I just wet the feet, and then it creeps up through the mount, and then it wets the whole plant. Same goes with my dendrobiums here. They do that. That's what the way I water them, basically. The cedar wood that I use is antimicrobial, as I've read. That's why a lot of people use it as a mounting material, and it's also very absorbent of water. So if you dunk it in water, it gets really wet really quickly. So these are my other mounted orchids that I featured like from previous orchid hauls, unboxings, and etc. So that's the deliciosa, hookerianum, and then this the cornu-cervi, philippinensis, and what's this one? Oh, lindenii, Phalaenopsis lindenii. All right, so there you go. So basically, that's my orchid haul, and hopefully you liked my new addition. So just a quick a follow up. This is how it looked like before it opened fully. I featured it recently. This is the Brasabola yellowbird, and as you could see, when it's uh, bloomed for a while, it is yellow, but when it starts out, it looks pink or peach. It's like a mix between red and yellow, something like that. But it's not really orange, much more of a pink blush. So yeah, that's how I recorded the whole time lapse video last time. So there you go. So hopefully you liked my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll be uploading a lot of videos like this pretty soon. All right. Happy growing, orchid friends, and see you on the next episode. Bye bye.